Hello, homesteaders. This is another in the Ukraine series, but it'll be useful to anyone on a homestead who's working with a small budget and needs to get something working that'll work well. Today we're going to talk about the most important room in the house, and that's the bathroom. Let me give you the design characteristics that we use to have a good working bathroom. Number one, it'll be inexpensive. It'll be simple. It'll be easy to keep clean. It'll have a small footprint. I don't want it taking up too much space because we tend to build small houses. And it'll be well ventilated. All those things are very important to a good bathroom. What my producer is showing you now is the bathroom that we designed for our tiny house. It works very well. It meets all the criteria of a good bathroom. It's really inexpensive and really simple to put together. We're going to show you how to do all the structural parts of the bathroom, and in a later presentation I'm going to show you the special plumbing that we use for this. We start with the shower pan. Our toilet that you're seeing now is only 30 by 42 inches. We line the shower space with a fiberglass. It's called FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic. Here you see what the material is like. It's pretty easy to use. I've used it quite a bit, so it does take a little experience. The first time you might struggle just a little bit, and you use a special glue that you get just for that product, and it works extremely well. Once you put that in there and then you caulk the corners, you've got a watertight, easy to clean, very tough surface. You could also just start with a liner, and then they use tile for everything. The key is that it's what you would call a wet room. The whole room is the shower, and so everything gets wet when you take a shower, and therefore everything has to be designed so it's draining and it's easy to keep clean. The advantage of the fiberglass is that it's very cheap compared to tile. It's very easy to put in, it's very easy to keep clean, and it lasts a long time. So it can be a good product for you. You might want to check that out. We use a small 12-volt direct current DC pump. They're very inexpensive in our plumbing system. All you have to do is just turn on the water, and it's got a little pressure sensitive thing on the pump. These are pumps that are used in recreational vehicles. They cost anywhere from $100 to a couple $100. And in the one that you see in our first tiny house, we just had that on a switch. Now you can use a switch in a place where there's water when it's 12 volts DC, because you're not going to electrocute anybody, but you certainly wouldn't want to do that with 120 or 220, which you're going to have in most places. So the way we're designing the new ones is we use that pump from an RV, and they'll just be your faucet. You just turn it on, and that's hooked to the shower head, and you can either put a rain head up above if you like that. What we tend to use are the handheld showers, and we use a reservoir that's got like 2 to 4 gallons, and we preheat the water. We don't have a hot water system with a hot water tank where you got it 24/7. We have a much simpler way to do that works every time, and it's very, very frugal with fuel, which is so important now. And so we're going to show that when we show you how we plumb it. But basically, when we take a shower, we get wet, turn off the water, soap up, turn on the water again, and rinse. And that way, even if a lady has long hair, she can wash her hair, and with a few gallons of water, you have plenty of water to rinse your hair and take a really nice warm shower. We're going to show you how you put that whole part together in probably the next presentation that we do, which will be on the plumbing for your bathroom and your kitchen. We have a bench in the space, and the composting toilet, which is a 5-gallon bucket, scoots under the bench, and you can actually sit on the bench when you're taking a shower. You want to buy 3 or 4 5-gallon buckets that you're going to use for your composting toilet. You always want to have several so that when you clean one, you can have one air out. If you have people visit your house, and a lot of people are coming for a visit, you need to have 3 or 4 buckets. We always have a composting toilet. That's very important to our whole system because we use the compost later on after it's been very carefully processed as part of our food production. It's very important. Another thing that you'll notice is that in the simplest type of composting toilet in this arrangement that we're showing you, there's a lid on the bucket that you remove when you use the bucket and then you put back on, and that keeps all odors away. The other thing, every good toilet needs a ventilation fan, and when you're using a composting toilet, that's even more important. In many of our units, we use a 12-volt DC fan. They take very little electricity, and we're using solar power in many of these, so a lot of times we'll use a DC fan, but you could use an AC fan depending on your electric. And the fan just needs to be turned on for a few minutes. In the big house, we have a timer on the fan, which is really handy. You just turn it to 5 minutes, and then you use the toilet and you just walk away, and in 5 minutes the fan goes off. And that seems to be enough to really clean out all the odors, and it really works well. Well, that's it, my friends. You can see it's pretty simple. We are going to have another presentation that's going to show you how we do the plumbing, which is very simple. I hope that this will help you, and of course you can call and ask questions and we'll answer your questions. Thanks so much for watching. Keep your eyes on the sky. He's coming real soon.
Jesus, take me like a rock and roll me till I'm whole again. I've been ground down by this world, my soul is wearing thin. You can take these ragged edges from my spirit, let your love pour in. Jesus, take me like a rock and roll me till I'm whole again. Been made hard like a stone in this world. Like I'm owned by this world. But you can take me, you can hold me, you can mold me like a piece of clay. I'm gonna sparkle like a diamond as my love keeps growing stronger every day. Jesus, take me like a rock and roll me till I'm whole again.
And we start with a shower pan. I got my assistant here with me as usual. This is Mr. Mouse. It looks like it's leaning this way, the whole thing. There you go.
Thank you.
It's just a keen eye. Thanks again.